Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, June 13th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, tomorrow is a big day. Early voting begins here in Prince George's County. You can cast a ballot beginning at 10 in the morning until 8 at night. And there are 11 locations to pick from, including College Park Community Center, Kentland Community Center, and VFW Post 8950 Hanson Hall. You can find out more about the candidates by logging on to the State Board of Elections website, where you can also see a sample ballot. Early voting ends on the 21st.
This year, 4 Prince George's School Board seats are up for grabs. Education is always striking a nerve with constituents. Last night, 4 Democratic candidates for county executive shared their position on education and if the county should go with an all-elected board.
In 2016, 17, and again in 18, when it wasn't popular, I did call for the resignation of Dr. Maxwell. The buck stops there. He came, they brought him, and he said, we will fix these problems, and it has not yet been done. I not only called for his resignation, but also called for us to return to an elected school board where we could have some accountability and public input.
I support a fully elected school board. This is recommended by the National Education Association. There's also a historical context for having an elected board. What I must say, however, is I recall when there was an all-appointed board, an all-elected board, and a hybrid, and what we must acknowledge is that it hasn't made a shred of difference over the last 25 or 30 years. And so I say elected, but the work of moving forward, this school system requires much more comprehensive change.
I believe in democracy, but that can't be the end of the conversation. When I was in the public school system 25 years ago, we had a fully elected board. And some of the same dysfunction that's going on in 2018 is still going on, several superintendents later. So that can be a starting point, but it can't be the end point. People should have a say in how the school system that educates their kids is run, for sure. But at the end of the day, the audit reveals it. I mean, even beyond the grade changing, why can't you tell me in 30% of the sample set, show me the documents that prove I'm a legitimate graduate? I mean, the lack of systems. But I'm not going to blame a teacher for it. I think leadership has pressured them to change grades.
Thank you. Let me just say that I don't think it's only about money. Prince George's County school system spends about the same amount per pupil as we do in other surrounding systems that are successful. I think that it's really important for us to have accountability in the system. We, in fact, although it seems that we've had a lot of superintendents, across the country, the average tenure of a superintendent is 3 years. We need to make sure that we have a superintendent who's committed to lowering class size, improving student performance, investing in our educators in the classroom.
And early voting in Prince George's starts tomorrow. It goes until June 21st. Well, a Montgomery County teen has been charged as an adult after bringing a stolen firearm into a high school. It happened yesterday about 11:30 a.m. at Paint Branch High School. A school resource officer received information that an unknown male entered the building, gave a false name and student ID, and then fled. Authorities found 17-year-old Elijah Niyamikiai of Silver Spring with a loaded .38 revolver in his bag. Bond information has yet to be released for the teen.
And Metro GM Paul Wiedefeld tells regional leaders at the Washington Council of Governments that WMATA is making progress in improving rider service. In fact, Wiedefeld says since launching its Back to Good program, 9 out of 10 trips now are on time. He says that adding free Wi-Fi and improving cell service at some stations has helped enhance customers' experience when they ride on the system.
As a result, a few months ago, we were able to initiate our program, which is the Rush Hour Promise. That is, if we are more than 15 minutes late on what it should take for your trip to take in that time period, we automatically credit you with the dollars. And to give you a sense of perspective, since we started that program in February through May, we have given credit for 140,000 Rush Hour credits over that period.
And the Back to Good program launched in 2017.